Hello and welcome to this FPL Best Defenders video with me, Holly Shand. In today's video, I'm going to be compiling my list of the top 10 defenders to start the FPL season with. If you're enjoying the pre-season content, leave a like on this one. Let's get it to 300 likes and help me hit 20k subs for game week 1. Let's get into it. Starting off at number 10 then, and I've picked out Sheffield United's George Baldock, who I believe is the best 4 million defender in the game. He's predicted to score 11 points over the first 4 game weeks of the season, and I think given his role as an advanced wing-back in the Blade system, he is a viable option for your 12th man in your squad. In at number 9, it's Newcastle United's Sven Botman, who is the best 4.5 million defender in the game. The only reason he isn't higher on this list is because Newcastle United have some tricky fixtures to start the season with, but he is still projected to score 12.7 points over the first 4 game weeks. I think being able to get a 4.5 million defender from a top 4 team seems absolutely crazy. Remember, Newcastle United kept 14 clean sheets last season, and Botman does have some goal threat as well. He had 3 big chances last season, 2 assists, he started 35 games, he's absolutely nailed on, and he does rotate well with assets from Brighton and Brentford, which makes him quite useful. You can bench him for his trickier fixtures over the opening games and then play him for the easier ones. Pipping him to 8th place is Brentford's Rico Henry on a predicted 14.7 points over the first 4 game weeks. The Bees have 3 home games in there and some quite nice fixtures. I wouldn't even be put off by Spurs at home in game week 1, given how well they perform on home turf. Henry's got some attacking threat as well. He managed to get 3 assists last season. He also plays in a defence that kept 12 clean sheets, and he can have an advanced wing-back role at times. So, you know, Botman's the best 4.5 defender in the game, but bearing in mind the fixtures, I think Henry's the more sensible option to start. Coming in 7th place is Chelsea's Ben Chilwell on a predicted 16.3 points over the first 4 game weeks. I think Chelsea's fullbacks are always so central to that system, and I think that will continue under Pochettino. I feel like Chilwell's a lot safer a pick than Reece James because he has got a little bit of a better injury record. He's involved in set pieces, direct free kicks and corners, providing that left-footed option, and he's always advanced on the pitch as well, and a player capable of getting both goals and assists. You can kind of expect at least 5 attacking returns from him each season. Tricky fixture in game week 1 at home to Liverpool, but the fixtures do really improve from that point. In 6th place is Manchester United's Luke Shaw, 14.2 predicted points to start the season. He's got 2 good home games in the first 3, which I think really helps him, and the arrival of Onana could spell even more clean sheets for Manchester United. He's a player that's generally involved in bonus. He got 20 bonus points last season. Some involvement in set pieces as well as a left-footed option. We kind of expect about 5 attacking returns from him a season. The only reason he isn't higher up this list is because he is quite a short-term option, because once he's got those home games against Wolves and Nottingham Forest out of the way in game week 1 and 3, the schedule does stiffen. In 5th place is Newcastle United's Kieran Trippier. He's predicted to score 15.7 points over the first 4 game weeks. All of these predictions are taken from the Fantasy Football Hub Points Prediction Members Tool, which you can get right now with 50% off using the link in the description to this video. And if you don't win your money league, they'll even refund you your membership. Now, Trippier's such a good fantasy asset. He was the highest scoring defender in the game last season. Absolutely dominates at set pieces, which really helps his appeal. He's on corners, he's on free kicks. He took more corners and more indirect free kicks than any other player in the Premier League last season, which is just phenomenal to be able to get that from a defender in FPL. He also hoovered up bonus points for fun. Only Kane and Haaland scored more bonus points than him last season. The only reason he's not higher on this list is because Newcastle United's early fixtures are really, really difficult, but I think once those are out the way, Trippier is going to be a mainstay of most of our squads. In 4th place, we've got Manchester City's John Stones, 5.5 million on 18.3 predicted points over the first 4 game weeks. Part of the appeal for him is that he could be playing out of position in midfield. We've seen Pep trusting him in this system in all those major finals that we saw at the end of last season. So that really bodes well for him in terms of the attacking returns he's capable of, huge goal threat in the box, and he is charting to pick up those advanced areas on the pitch as well with that freedom to get forward. Manchester City's early fixtures are great. I can see them going on a nice run of clean sheets over those opening fixtures. The only downside of Stones is that with all of Man City's assets, he is a rotation risk, and that's the only reason he's not featured higher. In third place, I've got Arsenal's Gabriel, 5 million, predicted to score 16.5 points over the first 4 game weeks of the season. I think getting involved in that Arsenal defence is a really great way of maximising for their kind opening fixtures, and Gabriel is certainly the one that I'm most interested in because of the minutes he offers us. He is a nailed-on option, he's an ever-present for Arsenal, and he does have goal threat as well. He scored 10 goals in the last 3 seasons for Arsenal, and when you look at defenders overall last season, he was 3rd for shots, 2nd for expected goals as well, so clear goal threat there. And I think in terms of those early fixtures, his opponents are really weak from set pieces, so he could be a player that starts really strong for us in FPL. Second place goes to Brighton's Pervis Estupiñán, 5 million, 16.5 predicted points over the first 4 game weeks. And it's his advanced positioning that we saw later on in the season for Brighton in last campaign, which makes him really attractive, a real step up in the attacking returns for him. And the Seagulls have got some excellent opening fixtures as well. So all of that's combining to see that colossal ownership for him as well. I think Brighton are a team that are improving in their clean sheet potential as well, which is another plus point. And with the rotation that we could get in advanced positions for Brighton, given the amount of new players joining in the window and the amount of youth talent available, Estupiñán is probably the safest route into this Brighton team right now for game week 1. Number 1 should come as no surprise then, Liverpool's Trent Alexander-Arnold, 8 million, but I think he can absolutely live up to that price tag. Playing out of position as an inverted wing-back in midfield, it yielded plenty of attacking returns in the final game weeks of last season. I can only see that continuing. He's a player that's also involved in set pieces, shares corners with Robertson, also takes some direct free kicks as well. I think it would be unwise to start the season without him. Now, the Fantasy Football Hub points predictions among defenders backs this up as well. Trent expected to score 18.9 points over the first 4 game weeks, putting him top ahead of John Stones. A number of Manchester City assets getting into the mix there. Ruben Diaz and Akanji makes you think maybe a Man City defender for the start of the season is the way to go. They are quite overlooked at the moment. And also in the top 10, we've got Arsenal's Zinchenko. Gabriel obviously features higher than him though. We've also got Reece James, Chilwell featuring higher, which is why he makes the top 10, and Robertson squeezes in as well, but I don't think doubling up on the Liverpool defence is the right way to go. Now, as I mentioned, you can get all of these Fantasy Football Hub predictions using the link in the description to this video. That gets you 50% off your membership and win your mini league or your money back. Let me know in the comments then which defenders you're planning to start the season with, and if you've enjoyed this one, hit the like button. Let's get this one to 300 likes. Subscribe to the channel as well. All of your support on the pre-season content is really, really appreciated. Hit that notify button as well, because I'm going to be coming back with the midfielder rankings and the forward rankings in the next few days. You don't want to miss it. Thank you for watching.